My name is Sean Michael Summers. I'm assistant coach of GC Foster College and SprinTec Track and Field, and I'm the sprint coach of Homewood Technical High School. My day-to-day routine is, sometimes people probably say it's a little hard, but it's just something what you got to do on a day-to-day. My roles are, we got to get up 6 o'clock in the morning for training. Sometimes we got more than one session in the morning, where we go to 6 o'clock training in the morning, and we might come back right after for a weight session, and I'm in charge of the weights room. And after that, we have to go inside and do some strength work, probably around 11, and then we got to come back in the afternoon for another training session where we're going to be on the track. And after that, for me, I have a substantial job that is GC Foster, where I'm a gym and maintenance guy, different, where I got to do maintenance, do things for the track meeting, things that get orders for the track meet on a Monday, etc. I got to make sure things are in place for training, for the campus, etc. And also I got to find myself to go to Homewood 2 times a week, sometimes 3. So for me, it's a little bit difficult, but I'm used to it, because our assistant coach job is to take a lot of responsibilities off of the head coach, where you got to play a lot of roles, because my head coach is the principal of GC Foster College. He's a sprint coach, head coach, Mr. Maurice Wilson. So my roles are to take a lot of responsibility from him, so he can be more seeing the bigger picture for the club. So my role is to make sure the equipment is out, make sure the guys warm up properly, make sure they go to the gym, and not only that, my responsibility is to make sure their muscles are okay in terms of strength work, because if their muscles are not properly strong enough, they're going to get hurt, or something going to be wrong in train or in a competition. So it's not only coaching, I got to be a strength coach too. And a lot of times athletes are down, and myself, I got to come in and talk to them and make sure they're eating properly, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do, make sure they're taking care of their body, make sure they're getting rest, and make sure they're properly rehydrated and everything. And after I'm all doing that every day, for my personal job, that is Homewood Technical, where they are one of the best female high school in Jamaica, where a lot of persons know they won 10 titles back in the day with Mr. Wilson, and I'm still working there. So I got to stay at Homewood to make sure we get good crop of athletes to GC Foster and to SprinTec Track Club, because if we know Anastasia Leroy, Yannick Thompson, and Shasha Lee Forbes, they're from Homewood. So they leave Homewood to GC, to SprinTec. So I got to stay there, so these good crop of athletes coming from Homewood to GC, to SprinTec. So that is where a portion of our athletes to SprinTec was now world-class athletes coming from that high school. For me, SprinTec is one of the youngest clubs in Jamaica, and now we are the second best club right now in the country as I speak. And just to say that 2008 we won the national trials in the 400 meter with Rosemary Wright, and Anastasia Leroy was just coming out of high school, where she made the Olympic teams in 2008, right out of high school, she and Bobby Gay Wilkinson. And I think that's a big achievement for us as a club, because we was just getting 2 girls from high school, and at the same time they made the Olympic team. SprinTec Track Club, I think it's one of the most unified clubs in terms of staff members. We don't have a lot of staff, but we are competent to do our job to the best of our ability, because Maurice Wilson is a good teacher, and working with him gave me a lot of success for myself, because I'm now a very good sprint coach at Homewood Technical High School. I won 10 medals over the Character Games for all high school athletes. And I was also a choice coach at Homewood Technical, where I coached Greneve Grange. She was a national junior record holder in a discus event, and she won the pen relays with a record throw at 54 meters. So I'm also a choice coach too. I'm a multi-talented coach where I can coach any event. I have won the class 4 100-meter boys and girls champs, and I've won the double 100 and 200-meter class 3, and I've won class 2 sprint double, and I'm also the sprint record holder coach for class 3 in the boys and girls championship. It's the biggest track and field in, I would say, in this side of the Western Hemisphere, and it's the most popular track and field in the world at high school level. I would say it's because of SprinTec Track Club I could achieve that goal for myself as a coach. And right now, as I speak, I'm preparing for the Boys and Girls Championship is this year, and we are prepared for the World Championship for SprinTec Track Club. And for GC Foster, we are preparing for Intercollegiate Championship this year. SprinTec was one of the first clubs to come out of nowhere to have over 15 athletes and coaching staff going to the 2017 World Championship in England. And I think that will be one of the most successful for SprinTec, for being the first, one of the second biggest club and the youngest club in Jamaica to have over 15 persons and the World Championship teams. And also, we got a bronze medal in 2017 by Aristiana Tracy and Demish Gale, just coming out of college to make the 400-meter finals and came 6th in the 400-meter finals. And I think that's a very big achievement for SprinTec, for you guys that coming from the high school level, I'd either be a regular athlete, and in 2 years' time, he was a world-class athlete. I'm saying that GC Foster and SprinTec is a place to be, because the technical support you get at GC Foster and SprinTec Track Club is one of the best in the world, and GC Foster is the only coaching school in the Caribbean island, and I think that's the biggest thing, because right now where I'm at in the background, this is the home of GC Foster and SprinTec Track Club, and it's the only sports college in the Caribbean. And this is where you come to get your coaching experience and your wisdom to coach. And all the coaches that work at SprinTec, they're affiliated with GC Foster College and also past students from GC Foster College. So we have the competence and the expertise to what you really want. I'm a formerly Calabar High School past student, and I won the shot put class 2 with a record throw. I was a record over 5 years, and I won the class 1, the shot put. 1 year after, I broke the class 2 record, and after that, I was a very successful thrower in high school. I was one of the best throwers in high school in my time. I came to GC Foster in 2007, where I started my coaching diploma. Came to GC Foster, and I was still continuing my career of shot put. After a while, I got an injury, and then I decided I'm going to help out Maurice Wilson, and where I started to learn knowledge about coaching the sprint event. And while doing so, I went to home. Homewood was here training one day, and Mr. Wilson said, why not come and try out and help these girls do some shot put? And from there, I got a job at Homewood to coach shot put. My first year at Homewood, Mr. Wilson told me that I need to score 45 points. I was wondering why. And I said, I'm just starting coaching. And he said, I believe in you. And frankly, for my first year at Homewood Technical, I got 57 points. That was the best thing for a young coach as me. And I won the shot put and the discus with a record show. The girl by Greneve Grange. My first year, I got 3 gold medals at high school as a coach and a record show. And I think that's a very big achievement for a coach, just start coaching. After that, I came back the second year while, you know, you're going off a championship, and Mr. Wilson told me that you need to get 80 points. And I was like, that's kind of crazy. But it wasn't crazy for me because I was enthusiastic and I was ready for the task. I went to the champs the next year where I got 96 points and I got 6 medals in total. I got 5 golds and 1 silver. And I was only 22 years old. And at that time, I was saying, like, I'm good at this. And Mr. Wilson said to me after that, I want to give you something bigger to do. I'm going to make you be the sprint coach of Homewood Technical. And I was saying, like, really? And the sprint coach at high school is the most difficult event to coach because it's one of the most events in championship where you got the 4x1s and the sprints 200 meter for all classes from class 4 to class 1. And that is where you got the most points from your championship. And I was wondering why he's giving me this task. My first year as a sprint coach, I won the class 4 sprint double, while I struggled in the rest of classes. In my second year at Homewood Technical coaching the sprint event, we won the class 3 with a record run of 11:50 by a 14-year-old, and that was very fast because she was the fastest 14-year-old in the world. And that was a very good achievement, and it didn't stop there. And the same day I came and I won the class 2 100-meter female in 11:50, the same time. And then after that, we came back and we won the boat sprint event on Saturday, the 200 meters. And I think for my second year coaching at the sprint event, I think that's a very good achievement, not for myself, but just for the viewers to see that we have the competence for doing that. At the time I was at only 24 years old. So probably you wonder how old am I? And I'm just 31. So for a 31-year-old, it's so much achievement. I think it's a very good thing, and I think it's because of GC Foster and SprinTec gave me that knowledge to the person I am right now. For SprinTec, just to speak again a little about it, just to be a part of the sprint, I'm a sprint assistant coach at SprinTec. And at 2017, we had 4 girls who made it to the 100-meter finals at the Jamaica National Trials, where we got an individual spot and 2 4x1 spots. And I think that was a very good achievement for me, being a sprint coach. Because my day-to-day work routine on the track for SprinTec, I mostly specialize in the sprints and the gym and the strength work. I don't really go to the quarter miles or the 400, but I can coach it if Mr. Wilson asks me to do it. But if Mr. Wilson's not around, I gotta be the persons who, hands-on, watching the 400-meter workout, watching the sprint hurdles, watching the sprints, and just giving the oversee. But if he's here on the campus and at training, I specialize in the sprint. But if he's not around, I'm the guy who oversees all the programs.